Optical. We got to talk about my boy. We got to talk about my boy here. And he's in a suit. He's in a suit this time because this is my boy, Wenwu. And I got to bring him up just because he is one of those where it's like, you know what? This is a great figure, dude. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone says. Because I think I messaged Riley about this and he was like, bro, pass. He's in a suit. He's like, it's like kind of not that exciting. Optical, I would have preferred they do Wenwu, OG Wenwu from the first scene in the film. Like when he's old school. Yeah, with the armor, the Mandarin with the long hair and stuff. I think that would have been preferable. Maybe they'll still do it, right? All you got to do is keep the head sculpt and change the hair. Yeah. That's it. Because Optical, I'm going to say that I'm super excited. If this is the final sculpt that we're getting in the figure too, which I highly suspect that it is, damn, it came out good. Like this came out really, really good, man. Optical, I'm a little bit of a simp for Wenwu because like, because this is a very simplistic figure. I'm willing to admit that, right? He has a suit, he has the rings, that's about it. But I love the scene that they're referencing when he goes and gets revenge on the gang. Awesome, really well shot scene, just really great. Like the camera kind of pans off into like the reflection of the mirror. It's just really cool. Yeah. Do we want it to come to Sideshow? Because from what I've heard, they're only making about 300 to 350 overseas. And then Sideshow might get some. I heard a rumor there might be like maybe 700 in Sideshow, but we're not sure. But Optical, I kind of want this. I don't know why, but just because I love Wenwu. But do we need both? Like, do you want this to come to Sideshow?
Let me ask you, with your own system, is he an S tier character to you?
He's a tier 2 character. He's tier 2.
Now, I don't know the exact rules of your tier-based system, but does tier 2 deserves 2 figure?
See, that's a good question. So probably not. It'd probably be a tier 1. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. That answers your question. But as a
I'm probably not going to get him.
So it's the same head sculpt as the other one, right?
Yep, it is. Yeah.
I just wish that, you know what, with that Spider-Man that we just had, right? Like, even though you're getting, what do you call that? The upgraded suit? No, what do you call that? The new suit that he's going to have. The one that he mostly used in the movie.
Oh, integrated suit.
Integrated suit, right? Yeah. They incentivized us by picking this up. By, hey, you know, you can get integrated suit. That's mostly the suit that he used in the movie. But this last one, it has purse. So you're going to be like, man, I got to get both. You know?
Right, exactly. I'm getting both Spideys.
You're kind of getting incentivized, right? For you know, like I wish they did that with Wenwu. Like the head sculpt is already amazing, but if this had purse, you can kind of convince yourself. It's like, oh man, imagine I can interchange the head sculpt and I can use this with a purse. You know what I mean? Like I wish they would have done that to incentivize you, but they thought that, you know, slapping the exclusive sticker on it would be like, hey, this is gonna be rare and all that stuff. And maybe it will. But if you really love the character, I mean, I'd buy a Batman in a suit as well. You know, if Hot Toys does that, I'd do that. If they put a Henry Cavill, like I know he's not Superman anymore, news alert, but if they put him on a suit with a Superman underneath, I'll buy that. So it depends on how. So I don't blame you for wanting this. But I may ask you though, because you're heavily invested in this, would that bother you, that risk?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. It does a little bit. Yeah, it does. It does. Just because, dude, they blurred it out there, of course. But there's a shot. There's a bunch of shots. Yeah, you can see him there. You can see
dude, go back.
Which one? This one?
No, back more. And one more. When he was holding the thing.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what the heck's that going on there?
Yeah, right.
I don't know what's going on there, but
he looks awful calm for the pose he's in. he's like, yeah, I'm just hanging.
The hand is like, how did he, you know, like.
He's like tilted like
is
that.
He looks holding a hand with a hand?
No, he's holding the ring. It looks like.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of like okay.
Yeah. So he's holding the ring. You can see, but yeah, Optical. So the wrist peg does bother me a little bit. I want Hot Toys to evolve a little bit in that aspect because I do think yes, they're fixing the Spider-Man neck stuff. They're giving us new things. They're giving us diorama bases. They even put Wolverine with a real leather jacket, right? So they're starting to change a little bit. And we like the changes that we're seeing overall. But the wrist pegs, bro, like Hot Toys, if you have to add to the price, so be it. InArt is doing that, right? InArt's premium, so to speak. We'll see, right? So maybe they're going to be a little bit different. But Hot Toys could very easily, I think, evolve the game to where it has a swappable forearm, right? And then you can't articulate the wrist, but hey, give us 2 sets. Give us a set that doesn't have a swappable wrist and a set that does. And you could change the forearms around, right? Because then you don't have to look at those wrist seams. That's a very easy and simple way to do it. And Hot Toys is clearly capable of doing anything they want to do because they're, supremely talented, dude. They could do whatever they want, man. But the wrist seams do bother me a little bit. But the tailoring, the head sculpt, optical, one of the things too that I think I'm going to like about this, I think this is going to be really reasonably priced. Because I don't think it comes with a lot, right? So I don't think it's going to be the figure that's going to be 280 or 290, 300. I think it might be like 250. Yeah. Like I think it might be 250, probably not less than that. I have a hard time seeing a figure being less than that, but it's probably 250. That would be my guess. Maybe 260. That's pretty appealing in today's market. So especially for a Wenwu, who's a character that I truly love. He's fantastic. And this head sculpt came out great, man. It came out really
that
cool.
head sculpt. And I get why, because they do have swappable forearms. You know, like they implemented that. And I get the idea why you have to change hands, because he's pretty expressive, like he's doing kung fu. And if you give him two forearms that are fixed, then people are going to complain. It was like, hey, I'm going to put him on a fighting pose and whatnot. So you have to have swappable hands, I mean. But what they could have done is, I'm going to give props here to Star Ace. They have huge, like the bottom of the hands are big enough that you can cover the ball. Like even Mondo has that. So I understand the slit. Like you're going to have a slit, because even with InArt, the magnet, it's going to have a slit, right? Like, but with Batman, it's not noticeable because it's not an act. So the slit is fine with me. But the ball with the slit, because it's kind of like slit, ball, and then another slit.
Right.
That's an eyesore. But if you only have one line, that's I think that would have been fine with me. But they should make this a little wider, or make their ball peg smaller so it would go inside the hand.
Right. Right. And see, they have What am I seeing here then? Because it looks like there's a swappable forearm set.
There are, yeah, because the other forearm has a fixed ring on it. Yeah,
the rings, right. Gotcha.
So that's why I'm saying, like, they do offer swappable forearms, but to eliminate the wrist, that means it's fixed hands. Right. So now you can only display him two options: maybe open palm or holding the ring. And most people would be like, hey, I want him fighting. So. Right. That's going to create some problems.
Well, I think it would have been pretty cool optical. Say this walking pose that he's in right here, a swappable set of forearms with the rings glued, attached, whatever on, and then have the hands set in the position that they're in right there. Like that would be fine. You could have him in a walking, standing, whatever pose, right? But yeah, if you want to put him in an expressive pose, give the swappable set of forearms that do articulate with the wrist pegs. And then at that point, you have two options. Yeah. You could do it either way. So that's kind of where I'm coming from with it. So then you have the best of both worlds. Remember, it's kind of like Infinity War Thor. Right? Remember where they gave you like the armor outfit and then they gave you the seamless arms? Kind of like that. That's kind of how I view it. They gave you two sets and two options. Dude, damn, we've talked about the bases from Hot Toys, right? Age of Ultron Vision had a crotch grabber and a flight stand. And now they don't even give you that. So, I mean, they were doing that before. So they could, I think this is the same type of logic. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it looks dope, man. I really like it. So it's going to be hard to ignore, especially if it's like 250, but I think the other Wenwu is probably coming out soon. So
dude, this is the problem though. So they set the bar with Spider-Man at 280. If this is 250, the $30 difference. This guy's in a suit. Spider-Man is an actual suit.
Yeah, like a comic
that has two head sculpts with a purse, and you're telling me it's $30 difference? Kind of like,
what if it's 230?
Dude, if it's 230, you have to.
If it's 230, I'm definitely gonna get it.
Dude, and plus it's exclusive, so this might be limited. Right?
Dude. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what. Honestly, we say we don't care about exclusivity a lot, but that's kind of one of the reasons I want it to a little bit. I'm willing to admit that it says exclusive, and if there's only 700 of these, I'd be like, hey, I got Wenwu in a suit.
Plus he's dead. He's dead.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not like you can get him again. There's only two Wenwus so far. This is not like, oh, it's an exclusive Tony Stark. It's like, how many Tony Starks do we already have? Does it really feel still exclusive? This one does. So
the only other one they could possibly make would be the OG Wenwu from the first scene in the film. That would be the only other one they would make. So
I wouldn't even be upset if they do that. I mean, there's only
I would love it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset if they milk, because I'm pretty sure they paid a lot of money for Tony's likeness.
Yep.
Because he's kind of like the guy in Hong Kong, but I wouldn't be upset. Like they were like, hey, they're milking, whatever. It's three figures.
Yeah,
live with it.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's true.